Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Super Castlevania 4. In the last episode, we took on Stage 2, the Forest of Monsters, or the Forest of Evil Spirits, if you don't call it the other one. But yeah, it wasn't too bad of a stage. It's actually interesting because of the Medusa boss fight kind of in the middle. I believe it's the only stage in the game that doesn't have a boss at the end of the stage. Well, actually, no, except for stage 5 a little bit later, but that's because that stage doesn't have a boss because it's much shorter. But we'll get there when we get there. But anyways, this is stage 3, so we're going to be starting off with some music, of course. And also, this stage is cut into 3 different parts, which I think is the longest of any stage. Or, well, 3 different... Actually, no, I think the final stage. Never mind. That's wrong. But... anyways, it's music time. I remember when somebody, I believe it was in one of the resources that I was looking up for this game, somebody mentioned that this kind of sounds like Chrono Trigger music, and honestly, that isn't that far-fetched. It does kind of sound like that. If you saw that bat that just came down at kind of like an angle, expect that to happen a lot more, because later stages love to just throw these diagonal bat spawns at you, kind of out of nowhere, and you just have to deal with it. So yeah, it's not particularly very fun. Also, as you saw, I got a triple shot. I didn't mention it because we were listening to the music, but yeah, so now that I have a triple shot, I'm able to throw 3 projectiles on screen, so 3 crosses, which is extremely overkill, but I can now. Oh. That I believe is a dagger up there, so we don't want that. And over here, these blocks, you can actually break these. Watch this. Be careful, though, because they can hit you if you get too close. But look at all these candles over here. I believe this is a big piece of meat. There we go. So we'll gladly take all that. And continue moving downwards. Oh, that does hit me. We don't want that holy water, and we didn't get the heart either. Continue on. Alright, this is a mud man. I didn't go over it earlier. So, game is going to slow down a little bit because of all the stuff happening, but crosses deal with them superbly. So if you have one, it's pretty good to be able to use it for that. These stalactites, I think that's the right word. They kind of fall down. You'll see those little breakages off of them. They can hit you, by the way. This game loves to have little particles that kind of fall off that just for some reason can also act as attacks. Why, I don't know. But it does. And moving on. This area is the Waterfall stage. The first one was the Limestone Caverns, so we're moving on a little bit to the second part. We've got some around on these spots, and also these little, like, sparky looking guys on these platforms here. These are called Fuzzbusters, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but at least that's what I believe they're called. By the way, if you saw there, when you're on one of these whip rings, or whatever they're called, you can press the down button while you're on them to, like, make the whip extend. So if you're, like, really caught next to it, like, really closely, you can extend it so that you're not, like, right on top of it, which makes it a lot easier to be able to platform. I believe this is a dagger, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, but this guy here, I believe this is just a... Yeah, this is just a big heart. I don't need that. Going up. That's a heart. One of these is a stopwatch, I think. I think it's the one off to the left coming up here. Yeah, that one over there I think is a stopwatch, so we don't need that, so we'll keep moving on. Alright, that enemy that I just got hit by because I threw the cross too high, because originally that candle that had a big heart in it, that would have also been a cross. So if you lost your cross, I believe there's one right there. Those enemies jumping out of the water, those were mermen. We're gonna see a few of them later. They didn't attack at all, but there's an area a little bit coming up that I'll explain while they're kind of annoying. Also, there was a fire eye that I bumped into. I didn't even explain what it was. So coming up here, by the way, this area is the Submerged City, I think is what it's called. So this is a fire dragon. If you don't get hit by the attacks, you can actually block those, unless it spits one, like, randomly like that and get hit by it. Coming up here. Grab a piece of meat. There we go. Don't hit this one. I believe this is a dagger, so we don't want this. So in this area coming up, there's going to be mermen along the bottom here that are going to try and spit diagonally at you. So as long as you're not lined up diagonally, like, to them, I think you probably will be fine. Best thing to do is just to run through this area. Be careful, though, there's an on... I believe it's this platform. No, it's this one. So don't jump too far. Yeah, because see how they spit diagonally like that and they're able to hit you? So be careful of that. Take out this one. Then make sure that you jump on this platform to be able to go on these stairs. I have messed that up before, trust me. Let's grab this rosary. Take out everything here. And continue. Careful of these blocks without the diamonds in them. You see these? These will be the crumble blocks, so don't you know, fall and die on them. There we go. Continue up. These dragons, you can attack from underneath. As long as you're hitting their head, they'll take damage. So always remember that. Be careful of this one. It'll take a little bit longer to deal with. This one also drops big hearts. So there's a ton of them that it drops. Okay. This jump right here used to kill me all the time. This little jump, if you jump too early, you'll bump your head onto this and you will always fall and die. It is like guaranteed. Also, coming up here, there's going to be crows that come down, and they're so annoying to deal with. So every time you, like, walk up a little bit, just bring out your whip. Or if they'll go behind you, and then you can't hit them, I guess. There we go. These right here are skeleton knights. Like, right up here. If he just walks up. They have a little bit more range than an average skeleton because they have their swords. There's a piece of meat there for you. And we just need to keep going up. Bringing up a cross would be the ideal situation because the cross makes this next boss super easy. Meet the Orphic Vipers. As you see, I just destroyed him right there. So basically, these guys, let's see which attack you have. Okay, you're the fire attack. Usually, I think always the fire one stays alive. So there's two of them. One of them shoots like a spread 3 shot. That, don't be up close, it's really hard to dodge. Usually stay either on this platform or this top one. Makes it really easy to dodge. This fire one is almost impossible to hit. It's never going to hit you unless you are on top of it, the boss. So, pretty easy to deal with. So yeah. This boss, not particularly hard. Like I said, if you bring a cross, it's easier than pie. So, yeah. And... oh, I wanted to collect it with that. And... let's move on.